welcome, 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 my beloveds. Hi. If you're watching live, leave me a comment and let me know you're here. If you're catching on the replay, hit hashtag replay so that I know you caught it and you watched it and can give you some love, send you some good juju. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, beautiful Rebecca. Well, afternoon. Hello, darling. So nice to see you on here. Thanks for commenting. Yeah, it's afternoon. I know. Feels weird to me too. I'm in a different time zone again. So time zones, man. Whether it's scheduling or moving between them, they discombobulate me. So nice to see you on here, my darling. Welcome, welcome. Hey, got a couple people joining us. If you're watching live, I'm not able to see you, so I'd like to know you're here. Please give a shout out, leave a comment, let me know you're here. Welcome to the Bhava Spiritual Mission weekly broadcast, our time for spiritual renewal. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, hello, my name is Ingrid H. Turner. I am the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. The Bhava Spiritual Mission is a church, a digital church. We are here to help you live in partnership with Spirit. Our mission is to help the collective through individual empowerment move from fear to love so we can expand the consciousness of this beautiful planet and anchor in the new earth, the paradigm shift, a time of unity, community, and love. That's what we're here for. So thank you so much for joining in. If that resonates with you, stick around. If you come here every week, you're an old hat. Welcome, my beautiful Baba babes. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we get to connect in this way. Good afternoon, wonderful Ada. So happy to see you. Okay, we're going to start off with a short grounding meditation, open up with prayer, and then we will get into today's broadcast, which is prayer healings, channeling messages from Divine Spirit, and readings by donation. This is your opportunity to have me tune in very specifically for you. Donate whatever you can. My joy to be of service to you today. All right, so let's start off with grounding meditation, and then we'll dive right in. Close your eyes with me. We're going to take 3 long, slow, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. And maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. You just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect to divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pool again in the root chakra. And exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source Energy. Thank you for bringing us together today. Thank you for helping us find our way to this network of spiritual connection and spiritual renewal. Help us stay completely open during our time together to receive divine healing energy, to receive the messages from Divine Spirit. Help us expand our frequency and step into partnership with Spirit and bring that magic out into the week, into every relationship and interaction, into every experience, into every decision. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, my sweet loves. Let's keep that energy going. Prayer healing time. Who's on your heart or what's on your heart? This is your time to say prayers, send prayers for yourself, for loved one, for the collective, for the not so loved one. We're going to bring those prayers up and we're going to amplify it. All of us together, our collective, we're going to send that energy. We're going to give it a hell of a boost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there's no limit. Prayer is so powerful. It is the physical manifestation of your intention. When you speak, when you take what's in your head, what's on your mind, and you drop it into your heart, and you speak it into existence, that is the act of manifestation. You have just manifested your intention, and it will result in your experience. Maybe not exactly the way you expect, but in the way that is working in your best favor, in your highest favor. Beautiful Rebecca is asking us to send prayers to her children. Let's all just send that energy from the heart, praying for Rebecca's children, for them to be wrapped in a white hot light of divine spirit, to be carried into their lives, their highest expression, their most happy and fulfilled experiences. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beautiful Rebecca. Yes, yes, yes. Prayer is powerful. You know what else is powerful? Non-attachment. And I get shit for this every time I post this. People don't like it. Not everybody. A lot of people, some people do not like it. When I say to people that the greatest love you can experience is a love of non-attachment, some people get mighty offended. And I get it. Usually what they throw at me is like, you're talking about my children can't be attached to me. That's wrong. Attachment, parenting, that kind of a thing. And first of all, I'm not talking to kids ever in my content, which I think you guys know. So that's like way out of context. But even like children, our children, as they grow up and become their own people, their own humans, the human tendency is to be really attached to what we love. So we mistake love and attachment. And what that does is that suffocates that energy of love. It like makes the love not be able to breathe. And I understand that this is hard. I understand that it is difficult to let go of attachment, especially when it comes to our children. Oh my God, it's so hard. And yet, when you can take a step back and allow that, the immensity, the enormity of that love you have for your children, let it breathe by allowing them to be their own human, little human, big human, right? Wherever they are. Mine's almost a very big human. Mine is going to be 18 in October. That is a legitimate human, right? But this goes for big humans or little humans as well. But I'm not saying non-attachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care so much, you love so much and so cleanly and so opening that you allow that person to feel whatever they feel, to have whatever they want, to do whatever they want to do with their lives. And you don't make it about you. It's full on unconditional love when you can remove the attachment from that relationship. I talk about children right now because that's where I've historically gotten a lot of shit when I've made comments like this, is people going like, you can't say that about kids. Like, it doesn't apply to kids. It does apply to kids. It does. Now, in that bonding stage where there's attachment because it's about survival, that's a biological thing. You know what I mean? But when we hang on to that attachment well out of that survival stage, guess what? That is where we start to suffocate that love and suffocate that relationship. But this also holds true for your romantic partners. This is another place where we can really snowball and just bind it up and make it really difficult and complicated and messy and hard to breathe, because we have such expectations, because we want that person to feel this way or to behave this way or to make us believe they feel this way. And we have a whole identity around ourselves in relationships, all that attachment. When you can take a breath, even for a moment, and let it go and allow that person to feel how they feel, have the experience they need to experience, and love them, even if you need to love them from a distance, and let that be okay. That is a powerful place to be in love from. And it enables the relationship to come back together in a way that is complete and whole and expanded, well beyond where you could get to if you are fighting for those expectations, if you are fighting for that attachment of what you believe needs to happen, what we believe needs to happen in that relationship. As a recovering morbid codependent, I am intimately aware and intimately familiar with the intricacies of our attachments. But, even taking it out of the relationship sphere, attachment to experiences, attachment to the way things ought to go, attachment to what you think should happen today during this broadcast. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. I kind of had a vague idea, and Spirit's coming through me and reminding me of some experiences. So I'm able to talk to you about that here. Non-attachment doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you're not showing up for life. It means you are pursuing your life with gusto, but with joyful curiosity instead of expectations and attachment and forcing and making things need to happen. We don't have to do that. When we can approach life with, this is the way, what my desire is taking me towards, this is what I'm running towards, the experience I'm running towards, and leave it completely open to surprise and delight you, that's when your whole world, our whole world, expands and becomes amazing. That's when our frequency expands. That's when we become the most full, authentic version of ourselves. Now, non-attachment is a practice. Attachment comes from two sources. I think it's a survival mechanism, like, babies, attachment. That's a very real thing. It's a survival instinct. Attachment is a survival instinct. Oh my God, I need that. I want that. Let me lock it down. Let me grab hold of that. And I think it's also conditioning. I think we are conditioned to mistake attachment for caring. And it's not the same thing. Attachment has a desperation to it. Caring so deeply and unconditionally that you can release it and let it have a life of its own and be able to sit back and watch and wonder and awe and joy. And even sometimes have your own difficult experiences with it. Non-attachment to your own emotional experience, your own response. Sometimes we respond to things in really unexpected ways. Oh, I didn't think I'd have that reaction. Yet we do. That's okay. And then when you let go and accept things as they are, get into this radical acceptance and be in this non-attached place, like I'm here for the experience. I am here in joyful curiosity. That's when your magnetism really kicks into gear and expands. And then you start attracting all kinds of things to you, solutions to problems that are in front of you that you've let go of attachment to solving, so that it opens up the space and the solution can fill it in. All right. Funny example of that. I think this is what got me thinking about it. The last couple of weeks I've been, and like ladies in your like late 30s, 40s, I think you'll be able to relate to this. Gentlemen too, it's all of us, right? We get to this age where we start transitioning from our 30s and into our 40s, and like our face starts to change. You look at the mirror and you're like, what's different? And that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've been looking at my selfies and my videos and looking in the mirror and going, what's different? Not exactly able to like identify it. And so kind of like not obsessing quite the level of obsessing, but definitely like thinking about it kind of a lot. Like, I'm getting older. Oh my God, it's just starting to show on my face, right? And that conditioning that came in strong for me was attachment to my youthfulness. attachment to my, needing to present a certain way. And I wrestled with it a little bit and I looked in the mirror. And finally, a few days ago, I just went, I just got to let it go. It is what it is. I'm aging, right? That's what happens. It all happens to us all. After a few days of an internal battle where my attachment to my appearance was wrestling with the reality that my face is changing. It was like, right? And so I let it go. And I've been practicing this non-attachment, especially while I've been traveling, as like literal shit storms have been happening in my world. Things like breaking and not going as expected. It's been an incredible playground for practicing non-attachment, right? So so my mind hooked in on this attachment to my face. So I let it go. And I was like, oh, good. Okay, that feels great. The space that opens up when you let go of an attachment, because an attachment is a contracted feeling. You know when you're attached to something because it just feels like so tight and balled up, right? So I let it go and I opened up that space and I was able to just kind of let it go and ignore it. And what showed up in my sphere? One of my clients is a massage therapist, and I saw her on Instagram post about this new cryotherapy, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's that? And so I Googled it. And it's this incredible new procedure that uses ice and heat to remove fat, tighten up your skin, increase collagen. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating because I'm not into Botox. No shame to anybody who does it at all. I just don't feel like I want to put stuff inside my skin at this point. I mean, we can all change our mind, right? I mean, we're heavily conditioned in our society about our face and our youthfulness. But I was looking, I was like, that's really cool. Okay, yeah, And then I was looking in the mirror this morning, still kind of in a place of non-attachment, but also delighted at this potential solution to a quote problem that I was wrestling with. And then I looked in the mirror today and the light in the bathroom I was in happened to hit just right where I saw what was going on with my face. I've been sitting there going, what is it? And I realized that one side of my face is aging a little faster than the other side. It's not a big deal. It happens to almost everybody, right? It's totally normal. But everything came together through my non-attachment, this hearing about this cryotherapy and then recognizing what was going on in my face and knowing that's exactly a solution that I could take advantage of if I wanted to fix my problem, come up with my solution. Will I do it? I don't know. I'm just going to move forward without expectation and allow myself to tumble joyfully into my next experience. Probably ideally, I could just let go of my damn face. but if the cryotherapy comes up as a solution, maybe God, the universe, there's a really good reason for me to tighten up my face. I don't know. I get to just let it be easy and laugh and have joyful curiosity and fun with this experience. So I recognize we went from the seriousness of parenting to oh my God, I'm getting old. But the truth is attachment is across the whole spectrum. It plagues us. It takes over. It consumes our mind and our energy. This contracted attachment to an expectation, attachment to a fear, attachment to a job, attachment to a relationship, right? I would love for you in this moment to just take a breath with me. And I want you to just come up with 3 things that you have a big attachment towards. So for me, there's my face, right? Although that's a lot better. I'm taking my son to Nashville in a week or so. And he's a musician. And we're going to go to Nashville, the musician mecca. And I have all kinds of fantasies about how I want that to go for him. So I've got expectations up the wazoo, right? I want him to meet this person and have this experience and bump, right? That's a real big attachment that is definitely something that every time I think about it, I go, ooh, I want it this way. I want it to go this way. Instead of moving into this experience with openness and joyful curiosity, I can see where that's showing up for me, right? Where's another place that I'm feeling attached right now? I'm feeling I'm feeling a lot, definitely feeling some attachment about my van and the, the fun little hiccups that I've had there. Instead of allowing that to naturally unfold, I got one thing fixed and then it broke again right before I left. And so I need to go back and fix that. So I've got a real attachment going on around like, okay, I need to get the right person to fix it. And it can't cost too much money because I got right? Gloria, my love, I was thinking about you recently. Nice to see you here too, my darling. So good to see you. Love you so much. Kelsey, you struggle with your aging face too. Remind myself that women we are used to seeing have had some work done. I am beautiful. My lines tell parts of my story. Absolutely. I've got these crow's feet and these underline eyes that when I'm in the right frame of mind, when I smile, I feel like my eyes are like starbursts. They're freaking beautiful. But in my conditioning or in my attachment, I'm like, like, those are old lady eyes, right? It's just a weird time of life that we're in. We're both transitioning into that, the changing, skin, which is fine. So those are some of the things that I know immediately when I'm showing up. It's like I have some attachment there. So I would encourage you to think about 1 to 3 things where like, okay, I have some attachment here. Like, there's some contracted energy. And I want you to, when you have those 3 things, either write them down, leave a comment if you feel comfortable with that, or give me an emoji, like a heart or a thumbs up or strong arm, something so that I know that you've got that and you're anchoring it by communicating it, by writing it down. If you're alone by yourself, maybe you could even speak it out loud like I just did. Oh yeah, there's a contracted energy. Now you see it. Now you see it, right? Once you see it, game over. So leave a comment and let me know. Let me know that you got this, that you're like, okay, here are some things I'm attached to. We got Kelsey's. Becca, you said you got my biggest attachment is my kids and my youthfulness. Dude, we are so conditioned, right? But yeah, kids, no, I get it. I got a big attachment going on with my kid right now where it's like, you have to have this experience and this is how it has to go for you. It has to be, and so just like, let him have his experience, right? Yeah, so leave that comment and let me know. And then let's close our eyes together and let's take a breath. And I want you to take that attachment, take one of them. And imagine yourself holding it. Hold it and then just let it go. Release it. See if you can just let it go, even for just a moment. It may come back, but just for a moment, let it go. Oh, do you feel that space opening up? Gosh, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel so good? Just let the space open up. Oh, let it go. You'll be able to feel how heavy that attachment is. Dennis has got his daughter. Hey, Marilyn Love, my left tooth. Husband's job and my medical costs. Yeah, right? Just let it go for a moment. If it comes back, guess what? That's just a habit now. Let it go. Tell me what that space feels like. Leave a comment and describe that to me. What does that space feel like? Oh, for me, it just feels so like laying down in bed at the end of a long day, exhausted but satisfied, where you've just had a day full of all your favorite things and you're like, oh, it's awesome. That's what it feels like to me. I'm going to work on the Nashville thing. That's really my biggest attachment right now. Now that I got over my face, like the Nashville. Oh, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. We have this belief that we cannot let go of the things we're attached to, hence the attachment. But it's not true. Every time you notice it, you can release it. And sometimes there will be some feelings with that, and that's okay. Rebecca in tears. Wow, good. Relieving tears. That's so interesting, tears. So let me talk about this. I had this experience the other day. So I'm a channel for divine spirit. Okay. I channel all kinds of energies. And when I channel divine spirit, sometimes it will come through as just pure information and energy. And then other times I will be channeling archetypes, if you will, beings that are a particular energy or archetype as of divine spirit. So I have a spirit guide named Mons. Mons is a user-friendly interface for the divine. When I need to talk to something and have something kind of physical to sink my teeth into, I'm talking to my spirit guide. That doesn't mean that my spirit guide is a separate thing from divine source energy. It's an interface, right? Other times I will bring in other interfaces, or other interfaces will come to me with the direct link to that energy that I require. Well, the other day I was practicing trance channeling, and trance mediumship, which I haven't done as much of because frankly, it's made me a little uncomfortable. Trance mediumship is when you fully bring a spirit into your body and allow it to take over. I'm capable of trance mediumship. I don't usually love to do it because I'm still kind of working through some trust, right? We are always a work in progress with our gifts. But I allowed trance mediumship to happen. And the archetype who came through with this message about crying, which is really important, was Jesus, which was an incredible energy to channel. And I've channeled Jesus a number of times, not that often, but a number of times. And I always say that the letting go is the opposite of an action. And I was corrected by Jesus. So when he came into my body and I felt the energy of Jesus, the first thing that I felt so deeply was this immense well of grief. My whole heart was at one time blasted wide open and deeply, deeply sad. And I went, whoa. And so I'm feeling into the grief. I'm diving deep down into it. I've got tears coming down. It's grief and it's love, and it's all mixed in together. And I hit the bottom of this grief and I had tears coming down. And the message I got from Jesus that day was, tears are the physical act of letting go. You have to cry. That is the physical act of letting go. And that love is found at the bottom of grief. You cannot transmute grief into love until you accept it completely. Like grief and love, we talk about how it's the same thing. I was viscerally able to experience that. And I did a channeling, like a channeled automatic writing, which unfortunately I don't have here right now because I wasn't expecting to talk about it, but that's how we roll, isn't it? But so those tears, Rebecca, when we have these tears of release, so important because it means we're letting it go. Now, on the flip side of that, my beautiful empathic babes, you have to be careful because sometimes you're crying tears that are not yours. If you're empathic and you take on the emotions of other people, then you can cry. You can be crying and not getting any relief from it, and that's because they're not yours. You're just processing what's not yours. So the trick I tell for my beautiful empaths is, if you are overwhelmed emotionally, ask yourself this question: how much of this is mine? Give it a percentage. You'll know right away once you ask. You'll be able to identify it. And then whatever is not yours, you just take it off. Again, it's as easy as letting go. And then what is yours, you can drop deeply into that, shed those tears, whatever needs to happen, so that you release it completely. Let it go, right? Kelsey, I love connecting with Jesus. Me too. Like, I'm legitimately a Jesus freak. I love Jesus, the energy of Jesus, the archetype of Jesus. I've had some amazing Jesus experiences, which I'm going to continue to talk about. But that was a quick aside, from our conversation. So this act of letting go, I had another train of thought, but where'd it go? We went all sideways. Yeah. Iris, avoidance of social activities. Yeah. No, I've been there. Like, nope, I don't want to go anywhere. Marilyn, yes, it feels like putting down a really heavy box for your muscles still a little bit, but you were relieved. Yeah. Sadness that I put my own self out of my heart. Oh, Iris, I don't understand that, darling. Can you expand on that? Kelsey, that is so beautiful. Sounds similar to the space I have been in. Yeah, that grief. Okay. So when you let go of that attachment, when you release it, that opens up all the space for the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you resonate, the great all that is. We all feel that connection, that higher source. That space now gets to be filled with the energy and the experiences that will support your highest expression, your greatest happiness, and your greatest fulfillment. And it will come unexpectedly, and it won't be the experience you expect. And you've got to be okay with that by releasing expectation and releasing attachment, whether this is around our children, whether this is around what we think we want, whatever it is, my sweet love, letting that go allows the universe to immediately fill it with what is going to serve you at the happiest level. Humans are born to be happy and fulfilled. What prevents that is how we are conditioned out of our joyful curiosity. And we are conditioned into boxes and expectations and attachments. And we have all these stories, right? When you let go of the attachment, you let go of the story. And when you let go of the story, then you can be fucking anything, my beautiful friend. You can be anything at any time. All right. When I was at Content Camp in Nashville with my my business coach, Alicia Skye, she's an intuitive business coach. Ladies and gents, if you are a business woo person, you have to check this woman out. Her name is Alicia Skye. She has the Trailblazer group, Facebook group. If you go find it, you can message me if you want to know where she is and you want to be in her world. She's incredible. I've had the opportunity to work with her at a really high level, and that has been a game changer. But when we were I went to Nashville for an in-person event called Content Camp, and I was creating a lot of like content, and we were exploring like our work, and I was exploring Bhava and like the archetype of Bhava, you know, and it was really quite an experience. Anyway, one of the things she's very playful. That's something I've really been learning from her, is how to be playful. So important to be able to laugh at yourself, right? So she did an improv event. And I've never done improv. Like I've never like I don't consider myself very quick on the uptake. So I always thought it'd be terrible at improv. I just sit there like with a deer in the headlights, right? But we were supposed to be our business, like the archetype of our business. And then we would get asked ridiculous questions, right? From the audience. And then we'd have to come up with this witty banter. And so I got up there on the stage to do improv, and I loved it. I had so much fun. I was like, I was pretty good at this. Like I went out there, I went crazy. I even felt like, oh, I went a little bit far, you know, but it was so much fun. I had so much fun with improv. And somebody videoed it. And I sent the video to my boyfriend, Shay, and to my family group chat just recently. I was like, check me out doing improv. And everybody had the same feedback for me. They were like, your stage presence is incredible. And I've always known that. I've always known I have great stage presence. I've always loved being on stage and loved performing. And as I got that feedback, and I have been contemplating this area of attachment and releasing the stories and the attachment, just letting it the fuck go. I had a conversation with my mother this morning about it. I got to see her today. And I said, you know, Mom, I could have been a movie star. You know what stopped me from being a movie star? My stories, my attachments to my stories, my attachments to my conditioning, my attachments to my beliefs, my attachments to my fears. All of that was in the way. If I'd let that go, I could have done anything I want with that stage presence. I can still do anything I want with that stage presence, but I could have done a lot earlier, right? That's the power of releasing attachment to your past, to your expectations, to your relationships, to everything, letting everything breathe. So I encourage you, and I challenge you to add this to your daily practice, where in the morning you ask yourself, what am I attached to right now? What expectations do I hold? To voice it, get honest with yourself, because there's no judgment here. Don't take it personally. This is just a very human thing that we're doing. And then let it go. Release it. Feel the space that opens up. And then watch how this benevolent universe fills that space and lifts you up like the sea rising into your highest expression, your happiest experience, your most fulfilling experience. Watch that occur. And then come back here and tell me all about it. Yes. Thank you so much. Tell me how that feels. Tell me how that feels. Gloria, I need to hear this. Interesting. I would come across you. There are no mistakes, are there, my beautiful friend? I'm so glad that you're here. I know we lost track of each other for a minute. Iris, rejecting myself at a heart level. Release. Release. I love that. Let's not do that anymore. I love you too, Rebecca. Thank you. Kelsey loves connecting with Jesus too. Yeah. Jesus is the man. I love Jesus. I'm just seeing if I missed any comments up here. Yeah, let me know how this feels to you, how this resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, I'm here for it. Yeah, okay. in just a minute, we're going to start doing readings for you beautiful live viewers. I'm doing readings by donation today. You can donate any amount to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. I have linked the PayPal in the description of the video, and it's also the first comment. But before we get into readings, I have some announcements to make. The Bhava Spiritual Mission has been mostly on hold for like the last year. I joke that I took a gap year from adulting, but the Bhava Spiritual Mission was founded in 2017. And we have been going strong and building, and the container has been shifting and changing and growing and expanding until 2022. In 2022, the energy went flat. And so me and the alumni kind of went, okay, let's put a pin in it. Now, it wasn't a no. It wasn't a, I'm not going to do this. I know that I was burned out and I needed a break and I needed to sort my stuff out. And it turns out everybody else did too, all the other alumni. See, the people who have gone through the Bhava Spiritual Mission, they're like, we're lifers. You know, we're like in a lifetime love relationship. There have been people who've gone on to do other things and they're not involved. But the people who choose to stay involved, it's forever. And frankly, anybody who came back around, who's been through Bhava and been in that incredible spiritual dynamic with me, come back home, right? So a few weeks ago, couple months ago, I guess, I rendezvoused with one of the alumni and we had a few days that we spent together and the energy just went bam. Suddenly everything that was not clear about the Bhava Spiritual Mission and what I was doing with that mission and my vision for that became clear over the course of a couple of days in this incredibly heart expanded way. Now, again, the Bhava mission has never been a no. So I've been here pretty consistently showing up for the Bhava broadcast and sharing the magic and just kind of keeping it alive, like a trickle charge, you know, and just allowing it to come clear. And then it did come clear. And so now the Bhava Spiritual Mission is back. We're getting the band back together. Okay. The special announcement I have is the Bhava certification and training program. On my TikTok page, I've done a lot of lives and content about psychic development and psychic training. And here on Facebook, I've talked more about the frequency and the spirituality, different audiences, you know. And then on Instagram, it's been a lot of the energy as well. But essentially, like I'm taking the last 2017 up to here, plus all the spiritual work I did before the entity of the Bhava Spiritual Mission came into being. I've been doing spiritual development work, psychic readings, channeling. I've been in this world for a decade, and it is what I have to do. And the Bhava Spiritual Mission is a church. And as such, we are able to certify you and ordain ministers. We have a certification program and ordination program. So the certification program is an opportunity to mentor with me in spirituality, energy, healing, psychic development, frequency, and also to get together and mentor with and work with a few of the alumni, people who have gone through the Bhava training program and continue to do their own spiritual work and bring their own gifts to the fold. We don't even have the frickin' sales page up yet, but I have a really special invitation for you if you want to come to the information meeting on Tuesday. Look at the invitation, okay? It's linked in the first comment of the video on my personal page, and it's also linked in the description of the video. Click on that, watch the invitation video. I take you through everything that the Bhava certification program is, everything that we offer. It's like, boom, it's all right there. If it feels yummy AF to you, I want you to sign up for the information meeting on Tuesday night. You can meet some of the leadership team, and I'm going to tell you more about Bhava, us, and we want to hear more about you. Want you to come to this information meeting. Again, I'm still getting the sales page built and the website up to date, but it's like we are a go. And if you come to that meeting, if you're interested in the Bhava certification program, you get some really juicy bonuses for being in the invite-only group, okay? So I have sent this to a select few people, and I am sharing it on the Bhava broadcast because if you weren't on that list for whatever reason, I would like you to be a part of that special invitation. After Tuesday, those bonuses are going to go away, and I'm not going to offer those. It's going to be the regular program, which is still fucking killer, okay? It's an incredible program. And we are beyond excited to be opening these doors. It's like the new expanded iteration of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. The leadership team is on fire, and we're ready. We're ready to take you home. If you're interested in knowing what some of the students have experienced going through the Bhava program, go check out the Bhava Spiritual Mission page and look at the reviews. There are some really great posts of people talking about their experience with the Bhava Spiritual Mission. And if you want to know more about what it's like to work with me, you can go to my page, Ingrid H. Turner, and look at the reviews there and see how people experience working with me. You're going to see patterns and you're going to know whether it's right for you or not. And if you have any trouble finding anything, just send me a message. If you need any more information, just send me a message. I'll be happy to connect with you and answer any of your questions. But yeah, Rebecca, you're interested, you're ready. You'll know if this feels right for you. So click on that, check out the invitation, and then let's see where we want to go with this. I'm very excited. Okay, readings time. Let me throw up. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Let me create a banner. Boom. Okay, we did it. Ingrid's so clever. Okay, readings. Who wants a reading? You can donate any amount to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. If you know my Venmo and Cash App, you can also donate there as well. But leave a comment. Let me know you're going to donate so that I don't accidentally go away. Okay, we have beautiful Dennis, my love. Okay. What does our beautiful Dennis need to know? So we're going to tune into spirit for you guys individually. Show me. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Starting next week, we have new blood coming on the Bhava broadcast. I'm going to have one of our graduates, Linda Mullen, on. Linda is, man, she's a really gifted intuitive and medium. She is down to earth. She is grounded. She is going to be great to talk about. We haven't quite nailed down the topic yet. Like, clearly we're all fly by the seat of our pants people, aren't we? But be sure to show up for that so that you can be a part of that conversation that we're having as well. That'll be next week on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay, what does our beautiful Dennis need to know? Dennis, a bunch of cards dropped. Hang on, let me get them. Okay. Well, obviously, these are the cards that you need right now. Show me. Okay, Dennis, I feel a lot of energy in your head right now. Oh, interesting. And I feel some anger. And the two that came out, to clarify that, 9 of Cups and the Tower card, what an interesting pairing. Okay. I feel like head exploding, head popping off. I feel lots and lots of pressure building. I think that's coming up now. I'm feeling a lot of pressure building. The pressure is building because there are things in your life that need to release, go away, not be there anymore in order for you to do what you really want to do and to have what you really want to have. You have some inner shadow stuff coming to the surface, and I feel like you're trying to control it and trying to manage it and trying to see through it. You know who you are and who you could be and what you're capable of. And I feel like you're being held back and chained down by some inner stuff that's happening. There's nothing for you to do except sit with it and wait. What will happen is your environment will come in to help you bust through that and bust out of that. And then you're going to find that what you want comes into your life. It's called the wish fulfillment card. Okay. But you're in resistance to it right now because you can feel the pressure building. You feel like you're going to blow. This may not be like anger, but I feel like you have an intuitive understanding that you're about to blow. Things are about to really shift and change. The Tower card, a lot of people get really scared of the Tower card, but only because it represents change. And humans are hardwired to resist change. But change is necessary for you to get from here, which is a bunch of nonsense, to here, which is a bunch of happiness and well-being, right? And love for yourself and love for your life. It's going to get a lot more calm, but first it's going to get chaotic and crazy around you, but you don't have to do anything except hold the vision. You know where you want to be and where you're going. You know who you are, and wait. You don't have all the information you need to make any decisions. Now's not the time to make a decision. You got to wait and let things reveal themselves to you. Okay, darling? All right. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate your donation and the opportunity to be of service to you. All right. Does anybody else want a reading? All right. Gloria, my love. Got you, babe. My sweet What does our be? And if you have a question that you want me to address, Gloria, feel free to put it in the comments, or I will just tune in for you. What does our beautiful Gloria need to know? Ooh, okay. So feeling a little bit of tension in my shoulders. I'm feeling some energy in the power center. Okay, you're going through an identity shift. Identity shifts are can be very challenging because, like we talked about, this attachment, right? We have attachments to our identities. Like we identify as something, we have a strong attachment to that. And it's very hard to let go of that attachment. So you're in resistance to the shifting of your identity. Your identity, how you view yourself, how you see yourself, is fundamentally shifting. And there's both the shift is happening, but there's also resistance to that shift, and it's causing tension and contraction. I noticed in a comment you said earlier that you weren't able to meditate the last few days. That makes a lot of sense, because what happens when we're in resistance to a major identity, a core identity shift, what happens is the mind and ego comes in and goes, let's just clamp down on that. We don't want, that's not safe. Let's find a way to just not, right? So it's going to distract you. It's going to get really busy and ramp up. And if I recall, in your human design chart, you have defined head centers too, which is already means that you have to really work with that mental energy in a very focused way in order to get to that meditation. So that's what's happening for you. So this practice of letting go, identify where you're in resistance to what is shifting inside of you. I feel like this identity shift is going to result in some real expansion for you. Like an expanded, I feel it going out from your power center. What is that showing me? It feels loving and enveloping. And if you know what it feels like, it feels like mob boss energy, but not in the bad way. Mob boss energy is like, you are my people. I take care of you. We are loyal to each other. We have each other, like this big family, It feels like this enveloping energy that is shifting as your identity shifts. I feel like you're letting go of a lot of fear, and you're letting go of a lot of self-worth issues. You're valuing yourself more. And so you are able to allow in and hold on to the people who value you the way that you're starting to value yourself. But there's also the resistance to it. And that's very normal, because all of us resist big change for a while until we, let go of that resistance. Then we allow the change to happen. Okay, let me pull some cards for you, my sweet. Have faith, let go. It's happening. Community, relationships. Yeah, relationships are really important to you. Evaluate your relationships very carefully right now, my sweet, because you're cultivating an energy inside of yourself that is really a pleasure to be in a relationship with. It's loyal, it's loving, it sees, it supports, right? And I feel like there are relationships in your life that are that have not reciprocated that. And there are relationships that do reciprocate that. So the relationships that don't reciprocate that, I think that's what you're hanging on to, or you're resisting letting go of. Your tribe is small but mighty, and it will build and build and build and build with you. Keep going, have faith, get that mind under control. You're already doing amazing with that. And the right relationships are going to show up for you, and feel very loving and supportive. Okay. Loving and supportive is the name of the game. You have an incredible tribe. You already have a lot of these tribe members. A few more will come in. A few have been in the background, maybe haven't paid so much attention to, and will start to come more into the forefront, into the inner circle. All right, my sweet. Am I moving? Show me. Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like you're staying there for the time being. All right, my sweet love. Thank you, beautiful Gloria. Thank you for your donation and the opportunity to be of service to you. I am so grateful. All right. Would anybody else like a reading? I've still got some time, some openings. Let me know. Or are we done today? We can be done. Let me just check my other accounts. Okay. All right, my sweets. Looks like that's it for readings today. Thank you so much. Hey, if you find this valuable, please share this out with people who you believe would benefit from today's energy, today's broadcast, today's message. Invite your friends. Rebecca, I saw you tagging a whole bunch of people. That was really great. Keep it going. People who you think would really benefit from this. We don't want to send this to just anybody. This is not for just anybody. This is for people at a particular frequency, our frequency. Thank you so much for coming today. I will see you next week. We're planning on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, got that. Me and time zones, man. Anyway, I will be letting you know early too, the time and the place. And we have our beautiful Linda Mullen who's going to be joining us. So we get to have a rip roaring discussion, and we'll do readings there as well. And I love you and I appreciate you. Gloria, what card did you recommend for day to day? The ones that you're drawn to, honey. Yeah, that's a very personal, intuitive choice. So whatever ones, and that can change from day to day too. It doesn't have to be every single day. Whatever you're drawn to, go ahead and use that as your tool. And as that shifts, that's okay too. All right, my loves. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Bye, all.